about this, folks? Bushy and I are in Cambridge, about 2 hours north of London. We're surrounded by the hallowed halls of learning here, but there are also some top pubs. We've just been checking out one of them. It's called the Pickerel, which is another name for the pike, a very well-known British fish. We ran into an old codger in there who tells us that the Cam River that runs right through the heart of Cambridge is still a pretty good fishing spot. He gave us the local guidebook. It's written by a bloke called Isaac Walton in about 1600 and something, so I hope it hasn't gone out of date. But what do you reckon, Bushy? We might go and have a fish?
I think a bit of imported Aussie knowledge into these hallowed halls might do some good with the lures, Steve.
Yeah, let's go and get the spinning tackle, see if we can catch a pike, maybe a perch, a chub, who knows?
Let's do it.
Lying some 95 kilometres north of London, the famous university city of Cambridge can trace its origins back to the earliest days of Roman occupation. Even back then, the River Cam, from which Cambridge takes its name, was an important artery of transportation. Today, uni students earn pocket money poling tourists along the river in punts, but once the trade that these waterways carried allowed Cambridge to become one of the most affluent towns in Britain. During the 1600s, the Earl of Bedford and a group called the Adventurers constructed a series of canals to drain the swampy fens around Cambridge. Today, those canals and locks provide an intricate network where modern adventurers in rented and private barges can explore some of Britain's most delightful rural corners and backwaters. It was in these very same canals where Bushy and I were now casting our lures in the hope of tangling with a big pike.
I just got a bump in there, Steve. Something hit it.
Well, standing up there on the bridge, I could definitely see some little shapes coming through there, so there's something in there.
Yes, got him.
All right. Good on you, mate.
Oh, it's got a bit of toe in it.
I don't think it's a pike.
No, it's coming now.
It's a perch.
Yep, it's a perch.
A nice perch.
Oh,
It's a solid one. You bring it in and I'll get down here and get it. It's pretty muddy here. It's a beauty, mate.
I tell you what, it's not a bad perch.
I'll pick him up for you.
Got him. He's just about lost her.
Oh. Well, there you go. That's an English perch. Known back home, of course, as a redfin or a reddy. They were introduced into Australia and have really thrived down there. Up here, of course, they're a native fish. These are really chunky little fish. Look at that big dorsal fin there.
Yeah.
Like a freshwater sailfish.
They normally got the black piece on the back of that dorsal.
Yep, that's a classic redfin, or here, of course, it's a perch. Now, I'll just hold him. I'll get a finger in the bottom jaw. Ooh, he kicked.
Watch him.
Yeah. That is a big lure for a relatively small fish, isn't it?
Yeah, I've caught lots of fish on that lure all over the place. It seems to really take fish.
All right, slipping back in the water. They're a great eating fish, actually, but everything here goes back, which is good because there's sport there for people in future. I'll slip him in for you, mate. It's pretty muddy down here, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, he's gone.
Off he goes.
No problem.
Oh, well, we'll see if we can find a pike. Look at the size of this thing, Bushy.
You're kidding.
How would a pike that big ever get hold of a lure that size? That is just amazing. Well, folks, this is not what we really came here for. We've walked a couple of miles along the Cam River. We both had a nice pike on and lost them. Bushy got that lovely perch or redfin. And then we found this little lake just off the side of the river behind a bit of an industrial estate. So we thought we'd walk over the hill and have a few casts here. Well, there are pike in here, but look at the size of it. It's a little beauty. It just goes to show how aggressive they are, Bushy. These things can grow to 40, 50 pounds, 60 pounds in extreme situations. They'll eat ducks off the surface. They eat big carp. Sometimes they actually choke on things. They bite off more than they chew. Look at the teeth in there.
He choked on that Tilson.
It'd have to be nearly half as big as him, wouldn't it? He's got not only teeth in his jawbone, but see the ones in there on the roof of his mouth? I'll turn him around so you can see them. They're just a wild little critter. Well, I think when it comes to our degree in piking here at Cambridge, Bushy and I failed. Still, we had a good day, and I hear there's a really good tackle shop not too far from here, mate. So when tackle rats like us aren't catching fish, the next best thing is talking about it and looking at the tackle. So I'll slip this bloke back in the water, and we'll go and do that. Off Off you go, mate.